Welcome to In the Gap. I'm Catherine with the Estate Law Center, and the following is a collection of law articles using personal stories to explain the meaning and importance of estate planning. This is meant to be educational and does not establish an attorney-client relationship. Enjoy the following story. Things in high places. Do you remember the first time you heard the phrase, "You can't take it with you"? The implication being that things are temporary. What one values seems to shift during various stages of life. I used to dream of living in the big Victorian house in Pennsylvania that my great-great-grandfather built. It had a proper parlor, pocket doors, and stained glass windows in an attic that was the perfect hiding place, filled with boxes of treasures. That seems to be a distant dream. Though I love my old house in Culpeper, I often wonder if my husband and I will need or want all this space in the next 10 years. As I look around my house, there are items that I treasure with which I'm just not ready to part. Phew, that seems like an embarrassing honesty. It is the truth. I love the Victorian couches, the antique chairs with their intricate wood detailing, the lace pillow that was my great-aunt's, and the old sewing box that my great-grandmother decorated with a wood-burning tool. I enjoy these items. Perhaps it's not so much that it is the items themselves to which I'm so attached, but the memories they represent. If that is the case, perhaps I can be slightly forgiven for my attachment to these earthly things. For example, when my parents downsized 4 years ago, they asked if I would like their dining room table and chairs. My initial reaction was, I simply don't have room. After I hung up the phone, a wave of nostalgia came over me, and then the tears flowed. That table and chairs had been part of our family for almost 50 years. We had celebrated almost every family birthday around that table. The table had been witness to most Thanksgivings, Christmas dinners, middle-of-the-night prom breakfasts cooked by my parents, graduations, and retirement parties. What was I thinking? How could I let that piece of history pass out of the family? I immediately picked up the phone and through my tears gladly accepted the table into my household. Time seems to be passing more quickly as I age. I admit to the realization giving me cause to pause, and in some manner, cling to these antiques, hoping to keep alive the precious life cycle for my own children. At various times, my teenage 20-something children have shared with me what antiques they would like when my husband and I pass away. Sometimes the wish lists are long and delivered in a very composed manner, of course causing me to have to excuse myself as the enormity and finality can be overwhelming. In the world of estate planning, these things that are referenced above are considered tangible personal property. As an estate planning attorney, I often write into wills of trust an option for a, quote, living list, where the testator or settlor grantor may elect to have a list attached to his or her estate planning document in which he or she can add or subtract tangible personal property items at will until his or her passing or incapacity. The benefit of such a list, in my case, would enable me to respond to the changing wishes of my children, perhaps reflecting an item of tangible personal property that comes to mean more to one child than the other as I share the history behind the pieces. For now, I cling to the pieces that help me keep the memories alive. I smile. If at this moment my husband and I were to downsize, we would be stepping amongst old tables and couches, old books and boxes, all stuffed into a small space. I know that I can't take it with me, and right now these things, though helpful and important, are temporary. I often joke that there are some things here on earth that are so incredible that certainly they will be a part of heaven. Dark chocolate, New York-style pizza, and Canandaigua Lake, and maybe, just maybe, my old books. It is my hope that this story resonates with you. The Estate Law Center serves clients throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia in the practice areas that touch most of our lives: estate planning, elder law, and business law. The motto of the Estate Law Center is protecting the stewardship of your God-given assets. Enjoy additional articles read from In the Gap, and for more information, please visit estatelawcenter.com. I leave you with this, and the following comes from my heart. We must protect those who are not able to speak for themselves. We must protect our neighbor who has been wronged by another. We must reach out to the elderly who may be overwhelmed by a vast system of laws. We must act boldly when others may be caused to be weak and use the protective arm of the law to guard against the trampling of individual liberties. Thank you for joining this segment of In the Gap.